My grandma has been calling me daily. It's been 3 months since she passed away. Grandma Minnie was a remarkable woman, funny, kind, and cherished by everyone in her community. When she died, I was heartbroken. It took me a while to come to terms with the fact that I'd never see her again. That's why I was so terrified when I received a call from her a month later. "How you doing, kiddo?" She laughed on the other end. "Who is this?" I asked, even though I already knew the answer. "It's just your old grandma," she replied. I was stunned. I talked to her for about 20 minutes, sharing updates about school and my parents. I told her about my new apartment, which I loved, despite the ongoing struggle to pay rent. She told me she loved me, and I said the same before she hung up. I didn't bring up her death. Afterward, I had a few more beers and fell asleep on my couch. When I woke up the next day, I thought it had all been a dream, but the reality was far more terrifying. 5 days later, while I was at work, I received another call. "Hi, kiddo," Grandma said, and my heart dropped. "Hi, Grandma. Where are you calling from?" I asked. "Oh, you know I'm not supposed to talk about it, but it's beautiful here. I'm surrounded by people I love." Then her next words stuck with me forever. "Listen, there's something I need you to do for me. Be on the lookout for a little pink snake. I love you. Have a wonderful day." And with that, she hung up. I tried to finish work, but my mind was racing. Maybe I was losing my grip on reality. Mental illness didn't run in my family, though. Grandma Minnie was sharp until her last breath. I walked my usual route home, passing through some rough parts of the city, but nothing too dangerous. As I walked by a building, I noticed a disgusting pile of black trash bags out front. Out of the corner of my eye, something caught my attention. A long, ropey object with magenta sequins sticking out from under one of the bags. For a fleeting moment, I mistook it for a pink snake. Despite my instincts, I approached the pile. As I pulled out the beaded object, I found a set of keys and a small wallet. There was no ID or credit cards, just $600 in cash. "Wow," I whispered to myself. That was more than enough to cover my rent for the month. As I pocketed the money, I heard a faint rustling sound from the alley behind the bags. A small, muffled cry. Curious, I investigated and found a tiny kitten stuck in a drain pipe, looking malnourished and helpless. If I hadn't found her, she might have drowned. I wriggled her free and my heart melted for this little creature. Where was her family? She should be with her mom, not in this filthy alley. Her tiny, pitiful meow broke my heart. As soon as I rescued her, she cuddled up to me. I couldn't leave her behind. After researching what to feed kittens, I determined she was about 6 or 7 weeks old and could eat solid food. I bought her some food and named her Bee, after my grandma's middle name. I never would have found her without my grandma's hint. Weeks went by without another call from Grandma. I didn't mind. 2 calls from beyond were more than I expected. Plus, I had my new companion who loved to follow me around and nap on my wireless modem, always playfully attacking my socks. Once Bee felt safe and loved, she thrived, developing a silly and dramatic personality. She'd fake distress if I picked her up from the modem, racing out of the room like I was a monster, only to return moments later, bounding around and chirping. She loved to sleep on my chest at night, perhaps comforted by the rise and fall of my breathing. 4 weeks later, I finally received another call. "Hey, kiddo," Grandma said. "Hi, Grandma," I replied excitedly. "I'm making dinner." Her next words chilled me to the bone. "Good. I need you to take your little cat and push her face into the pan." I froze. "What?" "Oh, sweetheart, I know you don't understand. This is what must happen." Suddenly, I realized something. How hadn't I thought of it before? "Grandma," I said, "I need proof. I need proof that you're really my Grandma Minnie." She recounted countless details only my true grandmother would know, or so I believed. "Can you pray with me?" I asked. "The Lord's Prayer. You said it every night at dinner." I took a deep breath and started, "Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name." But then silence filled the line. "Grandma, why aren't you praying?" I whispered. "You're not my grandma. Who the hell are you?" The call abruptly ended. Let me share a little known fact. During the Salem witch trials, a minister named George Burroughs was hanged for witchcraft. As he awaited execution, he recited the Lord's Prayer, believed to be impossible for witches or demons to do. I don't know how I knew this offhand. Like you, I've spent too much time on the internet, storing all sorts of useless trivia. I turned off my phone and disconnected it. Whoever had been calling wasn't my grandma. They were mimicking her voice, but it couldn't be her. Whatever was calling was something evil. Grandma Minnie's heaven wouldn't demand the harm of a kitten. In fact, Grandma Minnie's heaven wouldn't have guided me to $600 in a sketchy dumpster. I lay in bed, trembling. I had felt so happy believing Grandma was at peace in the afterlife, relieved that there was a heaven and light at the end of the tunnel. After her painful, lingering death, I wanted to believe her spirit was in a lovely place. I really hoped she was safe and happy, but the entity calling me wasn't her. Why had it led me to the keychain? What was with those rotting trash bags? Whose money had I taken? Why did it want me to kill my cat? I cried and cried. Bee curled up on my chest, purring loudly as if to comfort me in my distress. I stroked her soft, spotted fur. I thought I wouldn't be able to sleep, but eventually I drifted off. That night, I had a dream. My phone rang in the dream, the caller unlisted. I picked it up. This time, Grandma was on the line, and it was truly her. She was panicking, saying she was freezing, and then the line went dead. Suddenly, she stood at the foot of my bed, looking just as she did the day she died. Then I woke up. I'm not going to work today. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do.